Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PreStream podcast. I'm Darkside Phil. Today is Thursday, the 9th of June, 2022, and we're really early. Usually this podcast would start around 11:15 a.m. Pacific time. Today it is exactly on the dot, 10 a.m. Pacific time. I told everyone I was starting early. I guess some people didn't listen because guess what? What a surprise. We have less people on PreStream than usual. I'm not shocked, okay? So why are we here so early? Because today is Summer Game Fest. Today is the big summer celebration of gaming, hosted and put together by Jeff Keighley. Starts at 11 a.m. Pacific time. It's going to be going through all kinds of game announcements. All right, it's going to mostly be existing games with a few announcements that are supposed to be surprising here or there. But for the most part, it's just going to be updates on games that are already in development and we know are in development and we just want more information about. I'm sure we're going to be talking about this in just a few moments about what are the games people are hyped to see and things like that. But anyway, the event starts at 11 a.m. Now this year, you guys have campaigned to see me start doing live reactions, all right? I started doing this with documentaries like Down the Rabbit Hole, Wings of Redemption. That carried over to my own content, my own documentaries like the Down the Rabbit Hole about me. Recently, I covered the John Howard video from 2015. And then I said, hey, if you guys really want, it's that time of year, I will start live covering these game events, which you guys have always asked me to do, and I refused. I resisted. I said, no, I don't like doing that. Instead, I'll take notes, and then afterwards, I'll do my recap reactions, which is essentially me summarizing what was in the Raw event and then giving you my thoughts. People want what they want. It's been like 6 straight years. People have said, Phil, everyone on the internet does react but you. Why don't you do it? You know, you're basically resisting progress. So I said, all right, I'll do it. About a week ago, I live reacted to the Sony State of Play. It was an interesting test to see how it would work. I would say the stream did pretty good. On demand, I got about 5,000 views on the video. It's okay. It's certainly not amazing, but it's not terrible either. What I would hope is that me covering 3 of these this week. Today is Summer Game Fest. This Sunday is the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase. And then this Monday is a Capcom event. Okay? Hopefully, if you guys will join me for these and, you know, they'll get more traction. What it may be is that people just aren't aware that I'm going to be doing these. And hopefully now people will say, oh, okay, Phil's in the groove of doing it like other content creators. You know, there's also a strong rumor that Nintendo may do a direct next week. And if that's the case, maybe I'll cover that live as well. Okay? So that being said, here's what's on the agenda for today. And then I got a big laughable story to share with you guys. Sony is so stupid. They already leaked their big announcement. And it's not a big announcement at all. It's a hilarious joke of an announcement. You should get a good laugh out of this. Although, I will say this, a lot of people are being cynical about it on the internet, and there may be a group of people who should be rejoicing. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But anyway, so, ladies and gents, Summer Game Fest starts at 11 a.m. Right now it's 10:03 a.m. The actual stream starts at 10:45 a.m. So exactly at 10:45 a.m., this pre-stream ends. We swap over to my React setup, and I'm going to be live reacting to Summer Game Fest here with all of you while I take copious notes. Okay? And then, after the live react is over, by the way, the event is slated to be around 2 hours long, give or take. There's rumors it may be longer or shorter, but everyone's kind of saying in ballpark it's going to be about a 2-hour event. Okay? Excuse me. Then when it's done, I'm going to take a break. And I'm going to come back from break, and we're going to do my standard recap and reactions video like I used to do. All right? So the live react is just that. We watch it together. I react live while taking notes and letting you know what I think as quickly as I can as it moves from topic to topic. Then we go on break and come back. Then I give you my in-depth recap and thoughts about these things as they've kind of had a little bit of time to settle into my brain. Okay? Cool. That is the whole first stream. If we end up having a little bit of extra time, maybe I'll hang around and do some Q&A or chill with you guys. We'll see what happens because I have no idea how long the actual event's going to be. With all the rumors and everything swirling around it, you don't know. Okay? All right. And that's my whole stream today, my whole first stream. All right? Now, later tonight at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, I will be finishing up The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. We're in the final, we're about to hit the final dungeon, and then there's 2 bosses, and it's over. I would guesstimate that's going to be less than an hour. So once that's done, I mean, there's no point in starting up anything new. We could just chill. We can have an hour of chill. All right? And it's up to you guys, again, what you want to talk about. I'm sure people are going to have questions about Summer Game Fest. So hopefully you'll come join me tonight for that. That should be a good time. Now, tomorrow, huge new release, The Quarry from Supermassive Games. Horror-style game, choose-your-own-adventure-style game. Think all the Dark Pictures anthology games from the last 3 years, and also think Until Dawn from back in the day, which really is the big game that put Supermassive Games on the map, okay? All the reviewers are saying it's quite good. I've already bought it, preloaded it. We are good to go. I'm playing it all day long, first and second streams. The game's about 10 hours long. So we're going to get about halfway into the game by the end of tomorrow's streams, okay? Then on Saturday, it's more of The Quarry on the first stream. And then the late stream will be Saturday night fights. Normally it's Friday night fights, but this week we're doing Old School Street Fighter on Saturday night. And it is only the second to last session of the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. Only 2 more to go, and then we retire it as we get into a new collection, Capcom Fighting Collection, later this month. Sunday, another React event. This one is the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase. This starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which means, much like today, my pre-stream will start 1 hour before at 9 a.m. Pacific time, one of the earliest streams I've actually ever done since I moved to Washington State. So I hope you guys will join me for that, okay? That will be exactly the same as what I'm doing today. 1 hour pre-stream, live React, break, recap, reactions. And then depending on how much time is left over, we'll see what else happens there. Okay? All right. Late stream on Sunday is going to be the conclusion of Uncharted 2, as we have about 3 chapters left to go to finish the game, and I am excited to wrap up the game. Okay? Monday, something completely different. What a weird variety week we have this week. On Monday, it is time for the launch of the new PlayStation Plus tiers as part of the PlayStation Plus subscription service. I'm going to get the highest tier, and I'm going to investigate that with you all live. We're going to see what games are available for each console. PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If there's any Vita games, if there's any PSP games, we're going to download a few of them. We're going to boot a few of them and play them a little bit and see what they play like. We're even going to test. Sorry, my post-nasal jab. We're even going to test the live streaming of the PlayStation 3 games. All right? So that's going to be a very exciting stream where we test it all together. If you've been wondering, gee, is this worth my buck to upgrade my PlayStation subscription to the highest tier? Find out live with me on Monday. But then at 3 p.m., it all comes to a screeching halt, because at 3 p.m. on Monday, there's another live event, Capcom's Digital Showcase, where for 30 minutes, they're going to be extrapolating and adding more information to the games they've already announced, including Resident Evil 4 Remaster, as well as Street Fighter 6. I want to do a live react to that, and then recap reactions immediately after. So then, wow, what a variety of stuff on Monday, right? Now, Monday night, I do have the ability to choose. On the late stream, we can either do another 2 hours of The Quarry, and at this point, we'll likely be near the end of the game, so maybe we could try to wrap it up on Monday night stream and finish my first run, or we could do more PS Plus, depending on if you don't feel like I did enough in the first 2 hours that we did on the first stream. So, what a week, right? What a freaking week. Hold on 1 second. Take this, you son of a bitch. Sorry. I just had to club some of my trolls that were hiding in the back of my room. I took a big club and I batted them over the head. Okay. So, an exciting week for sure. Good variety of content. All right? I'm excited. I am. If you can't tell, I've already had caffeine today. It's coursing through my system. I'm pumping. I'm ready for the Summer Game Fest react in a little bit. Okay? Now, I'm not going to harp on this today. I'm not. But please understand the reason I'm doing these live reacts is because of you and your direct requests for it. Okay? Please get that. So when I'm doing these live reacts, is it going to make sense to, in the middle of trying to live react to everything happening in the event, to be doing shout outs for contributions? Probably not. Now, I'm not saying that if there's time between the announcements that I won't update the leaderboard or whatever, or do a brief shout out, but just so you know, let's say someone does a contribution, just a giant paragraph. I don't think I'm going to read it during the live react. That would be pretty stupid, don't you think? I'm trying to focus on the live react and pay attention to what's in the video. So there will be contributions enabled. There will be pop-ups. I'll do my best to say, hey, thanks to Joe for the tip, and that's about it. Maybe update the leaderboard. But what I'm going to do is save all of your questions, all of the stuff you guys are saying in contributions for after. So once the live react is done, we go on break, we come back, I'll do a segment where I shout everybody out and we do, shout outs for everything and answering questions. And then we will do the recap reaction segment, you see? So please understand that. I don't want people to get the wrong idea and say, oh, I contributed to Phil, didn't immediately read my giant paragraph and answer questions in the middle of a live react. It would be too disruptive, you see? We'll do it in between. Don't trust me, we'll have plenty of time today to do it. I know we will. All right? Now, also, please understand, this first stream, all I'm doing is the live react, the break, the shout outs, and the recap reactions. There's no gameplay. So please don't expect any. Please don't ask for any. There's no gameplay on the stream. But it's still a normal stream for me. So I would appreciate it if you're enjoying the live react, because I'm doing it directly because of your ongoing requests. Please contribute and support the channel in any way. Liking the stream helps. Okay? Subscribing to the channel. Sure, that helps. I don't know why I didn't even bring that up. Of course, remember, we're trying to hit 200,000 subscribers. I'll be honest with you guys, we've kind of stagnated. And I think the reason we did is because there's been absolutely no new games. All right, maybe that'll change tomorrow with the quarry. But I'd love to hit 200K subs sooner rather than later and do a special celebratory event. But we've basically been stuck around the 190 AK mark for a very long time. Okay? Memberships, becoming a member, or gifting memberships. That helps the channel immensely. We've had so many, we're at a new record, 625. That's the most amount of memberships we've ever had on the channel, and we continue to increase every day. This is outstanding. This growth is excellent. I'm happy for this. You guys are happy for this. Everyone's having a great time. So thank you for that, okay? Super chats, super stickers, greatly appreciated. Tips, of course, greatly appreciated. All this stuff helps, all right? And again, please keep in mind, when I'm doing the live react, it's not about, oh, I'm putting on gunner glasses and we're doing hat pulls. No, I have to focus on the live presentation and react to it. When we're done with that, as we tally up the contributions and everything, then if we've qualified for tiered rewards for tips, then we will do them. Please do not make it all about, oh, someone did a tip and there's no reward yet. What's going on? We're here to react to the event. That's the focus for now. And then we do that other stuff afterward, okay? Thank you for understanding in advance, all right? And also, I'm not going to be bringing up anything about contributions or whatever while I'm live reacting. That live react thing is just, I have to do it. I have to focus on it, do it professionally, all right? After that, we can get back to business as usual. Fair enough? Okay. Now, I have something to talk about already, all right? Already, there's been a leak. Sony idiotically updated their website, all right, to already list their major announcement for today's Summer Game Fest because they didn't know what they were doing. It's what we already knew was coming, all right? It is official. They are remaking The Last of Us 1, and the details are finally available. First of all, it's going to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive title for a while, and then eventually a PC version will be released. All right? It is not for PS4. It's only PS5 and eventually PC. It's coming out September 2nd. Okay? Okay. What are the features? Dramatically improved graphics, remade from the ground up, a new graphical engine than the original game, and modernized controls. That I don't understand. So, How many of you out there played The Last of Us 1 at launch? I did. I'm sure many of you out there probably did. Maybe some of you didn't. Maybe you played it later. How many of you played The Last of Us 1 on PlayStation 4? I did as well. It was actually one of the end-of-life games for PS3. One of the final games, the swan songs for the PlayStation 3 console. But then they immediately released it on PlayStation 4 at the launch of that console, and a lot of people played it on there as well. Hell, they were selling the PS4 in launch bundles with The Last of Us 1 remastered on it. You see? So, that was, many years ago, admittedly. That was early life cycle of PS4. But, for those of you out there who played it, if you didn't play it, obviously you wouldn't know. But if you played it, think back to playing the game. Would you say that The Last of Us 1 doesn't have modernized controls? Are the controls unresponsive in any way? Are the controls tank-like? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do they mean by this? What I would say is the only thing that they may be alluding to is that what they're going to do is add in the features that they had on the PS5 controller, the DualSense features, which there were a few of. I'm not going to lie. There were a few that were nice features during the game. I thought they were nice. But are they essential to the gameplay experience? Did they dramatically change the way the game is played? Not at all. In fact, they were just like little bells and whistles. It wasn't like, oh, I'm blown away. The game is completely a different game now because I'm playing it on the DualSense. It couldn't be further from the truth. As I've told you guys, most games that I've played, most games that I have played with the DualSense controller, all right, I forget the DualSense controller has features after like 5 minutes. Every game I've ever played on PS5, the only two games that I tell you the DualSense stands out for me was the Astro's Playroom and Bugsnax. That's literally it. Any other game that's had haptics, any other game that's had other DualSense features, I forget. So do I really feel like playing The Last of Us 1 on the DualSense controller, it's going to absolutely blow me away and knock me on my ass? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to really blow me away at all. Some people disagree, and that's fine. That's fine. If you disagree, if you loved the haptics or whatever, okay, fair enough. Then maybe you're getting something there. But to me, they don't really add that much after that little initial gimmick of, oh, okay, there's some haptic feedback or whatever. I forget about it. Okay. Improved graphics. I mean, the PS3 version of The Last of Us 1 had the best graphics of that console. The PS4 version looked outstanding. I really don't know what more they're going to do. Okay, it's a new graphical engine. It already looked hyper-realistic. So now it looks more hyper-realistic. Or maybe now full, beautiful, unchugging 60 frames. If you remember on PS4, it did run on 60 frames. So to me, it's kind of like graphical upgrades. I don't know. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I will say. Now, this is completely guessing. Okay? 100% completely me guessing. Maybe they are going to institute all of the accessibility features from The Last of Us 2 and literally copy paste them and have them now work in The Last of Us 1. Now, if that's the case, then they've got something. Because as I've told you guys so many times in the last 2 years, The Last of Us 2 is the most accessible AAA mainstream game ever made. It's got accessibility features out the ass, okay? And that's a great thing. Most modern games that are AAA should be having these features. And I told you guys, I felt that was like the poster example of the game that everyone else should copy when it goes to accessibility in the future. And sadly, I hate to say it, in the last few years, there really haven't been that many games that have followed that formula. Instead, if they have accessibility, it kind of falters after a menu, okay? So, what I will say is if it has those unique accessibility features, I mean, hell, I still remember I jumped on Super Blind Man's stream, and he's playing the game, Last of Us 2, that is. And he's fully displaying the sonar capabilities of the game. He's riding on a horse through like a forest, And it's hard, even for someone who's using just their eyes, it's kind of a little confusing to ride through of the forest. He's using the sonar, and the sonar is guiding him through the forest, and he's able to play the game fully. I was blown away. My jaw dropped. I was like, holy shit. This is like insanely cool. Whoever came up with this is a genius. And by the way, Super Blind Man was part of the developmental process. He was the one that worked with Naughty Dog on that system to make it work. So seriously, like, that's amazing to me. Please take that stuff and put it into The Last of Us 1. So if anything, the one thing that I feel could be actually monstrously constructive for Last of Us 1 would be to put the accessibility features from 2 into 1. All right? But we have to now address the ginormously giant, smelly, mud-encrusted elephant standing in the corner of the room over there. All right? Are you ready for this, guys? Are you ready? Prepare yourselves. Get ready. Bunker down. Sit back. Here we go. Okay. Compose myself. Ready. The Last of Us 1 remake will sell for $70. Whoa! What? $70? Ooh! You could hear fucking Tim Allen. Ooh! What the fuck? $70. It's not a new game. The game's been out since the PlayStation fucking 3. And you're selling it for $70 like it's a giant hyped new release no one's touched yet? Are you fucking insane? By the way, the game doesn't even have... Well, actually, I take that back. I don't know if it'll have full-fledged multiplayer or not. I don't want to say that because I don't think they've revealed that yet. And in fact, maybe they will reveal that today. Perhaps it'll have full-fledged multiplayer with new content and stuff. We don't know. And during today's Summer Game Fest, we may find out more information. I don't want to jump the gun and shit on the game too much when we don't have all the information in front of us. All right? But I just want you to think about that. $70 for a game that's from PlayStation 3 because they're claiming they upgraded the graphics and it has slightly improved controls. What universe are we living in right now? I don't think this is Earth 1. I think we're like on like Earth 7.5 or like Earth 9. This is definitely a parallel dimension that Sony and Naughty Dog think that this is going to fly. You know what? Like, now here's the thing. I hate to say it. The Last of Us 2. All right? The most awarded game of all time. And I really have a hard time even saying that. Because you have to put yourself in the frame of reference of 2 years ago. All right? The Last of Us 2 was a champion for progress in gaming, diversity in gaming. Why were we talking about that when The Last of Us 2 came out? Because that's what Druckmann, Neil Druckmann, the lead game designer, director, whatever you want to say, was emphasizing about his game. Was he talking about how the game had innovative gameplay features that blew you away and made it feel like it was the best game ever made? No. He was talking about this game has all kinds of, progressive stuff in it, which is good. And by the way, I'm not opposed to that at all. But when the focus of the game was essentially that stuff rather than, oh, the gameplay elements were better. Oh, the story's really good. Instead it was, oh, we dared to do things in our game that others don't. And we're really pushing forward with progress. And by the way, if you don't like our game, you're a bigoted hater. And therefore, everyone should buy our game and say it's the best game ever and vote for it in every award show because it sticks it to the haters. I'm not making this up. He literally said this publicly. Okay? This is not me inventing it. He said these things publicly and then later on apologized. Even during the Game Awards of 2020, he was telling people to vote for The Last of Us 2 to stick it to the haters, then had to retract his statement, realizing that would skew the entire voting process and it was fucked up for him to do that. Okay? Now, by the way, just to clarify, I think The Last of Us 2 is a good game. I think it does so many great things, especially for accessibility, and it does advance the graphical engine. It does advance the gameplay. I hate the plot. That doesn't mean the game is bad. It just means I hate the story of the game, and that's a major component of it, which is why I thought it was a very disappointing game. You can disagree, and I respect your ability to disagree, and I respect your opinion. All right? But why do you think they just remade The Last of Us 1 and they're trying to sell it for $70? Do you think that if that situation in 2020, if The Last of Us 2 didn't sell in droves and didn't win all those awards, do you think they'd be remaking The Last of Us 1 for $70? No. They'd either be remaking The Last of Us 1 for $30 to $40, or they wouldn't be remaking The Last of Us 1 at all. They are literally trying to monetize their feel-good moments from 2020 when everyone said, we did it, we beat the bigots, we stuck it to the trolls, we collectively as a gaming community said we have progress in gaming, and then they're saying, thanks for that, now buy The Last of Us 1 again for $70. That's the only justification for this. There's no other way you can argue this game is worth $70. It's not. There's no value in this game for $70. Even if you argue, oh, well, they copy and pasted the accessibility features over, okay? They already existed. They already developed those accessibility features for the sequel. Yes, I'm sure it did take a significant amount of work to adapt those to the first game, but the core aspects already exist. They didn't design those features from the ground up this time around. There is no content in this game that justifies a $70 price tag. But I predict, and I could be wrong, I predict this game will sell well because you worked up this fan base, this riotous fan base of people with The Last of Us 2. The feel-good group. Oh, if I buy The Last of Us 2, if I vote for it for Game of the Year, if I say it's the best game ever, and I think it should win every award, I'm part of this progressive, positive online movement, and I'm really helping games as a whole. People literally believed that. Okay? 2 years later, they're going to use that to make money. And that's fucked up. That's really fucked up. There's no reason this game needs to be remade at this point. There's nothing wrong with The Last of Us 1 on PlayStation 4. Do you really think the controls are going to be that different? No. The graphics, do you think they're going to be that different? No. They are milking the customer base, in my opinion, to try to make a buck on top of this feel-good political movement. It's fucked up. It's twisted, is what it is. All right? And again, I'm not against the whole, let's have some progressive stuff in games. Let's have more groups represented. Let's have more unorthodox characters. Let's do it. I don't care. I'm tired of the cookie cutter bullshit. Stop making it either a big muscled man who's in or a over sexualized woman. No, give me real people as the main characters of games. I'm all for that. But don't sell your fucking game on that basis. Sell your, oh, my game is really good, and by the way, it just so happens that the main characters are also not these mainstream stereotypes. Great. That's not how they sold Last of Us 2. That was my issue with it. Okay? Anyway. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, my prediction, it will sell well. I don't think it's going to sell as well as Last of Us 2 did. But I predict this fall, especially if we have a dry fall, if we don't have a ton of hot new releases coming out in the fall, this game's going to sell. Everyone who bought Last of Us 2 is likely going to rebuy this shit. Okay? Sony and Naughty Dog are going to make a ton of profit off of a game that literally should not be resold. So, if anything, I really hope they do have the accessibility features. At least then you can argue, wow, this game is now being made available to a wider audience that never could experience the original game before. Let that be the case. I hope, okay? All right, that's the news for this morning. We've got about 15 minutes until the actual stream starts. So all I'm going to do is do some shout outs and open up to a little bit of Q&A. We don't have time for anything else. Let's see what shout outs we've got. No tips have come in yet today. We start off today with Easy Steve, who did a super chat and says, hey, Phil, I check in from time to time. I want to say I love these event reacts. I like your reaction to the new Final Fantasy 16 trailer. I'm hyped as well. I thought the trailer was good. I mean, showing that Final Fantasy 16 is now in a medieval setting and it has these new summon fights. I like that a lot. So I guess we'll see more. Maybe we'll see more today. We might see more today. We'll find out. Ramrod, a.k.a. Dome Splitter, re-upped his membership for 13 months. And what about Microsoft's other event on Tuesday? I'm not here on Tuesday. I can't be here every day. As much as these game companies now want to say, oh, we didn't even have anything announced. Now all of a sudden we're all going to dump our events in 1 week. I don't care. I have a life, and Tuesday's my day off. So fuck them. They're already doing an event on Sunday. If they can't cram in all their information on Sunday, I don't care. I will do my best, you know, as I am available on my day off to try to catch up on any things that they announced on Tuesday that weren't announced on Sunday. I don't know why they need to have an event on Sunday and then fucking Tuesday. Doesn't really make much sense. But I will do my best to talk about them in the coming week. But I'm not doing a formal react or anything to it. They should, if they do such a poor job on Sunday of relaying all their information, you know, I can't help them. Do better. Do it all in one presentation, not having to split it over 2 days. This is funny thing, like, a week ago, there was nothing. A week ago, we only knew about Summer Game Fest and the Xbox Bethesda. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, there's a Capcom show. Oh, there's another Xbox show. Oh, there's another show. And by the way, there's a rumor there'll be a Nintendo State of Play. None of these were announced. Now, all of a sudden, we all announce it within like 2 days. Well, tough shit. I'll do my best. Okay, that's right. I've been triggered by a game show. I'm very upset. Shout out to Alex from Phoenix. We did a super chase remembering EA's prestigious E3 segment featuring Jamie Foxx and Zac Efron. See, that's the thing. No, I don't remember that because those things are so bad that I just forget all about them. And like I remember one year they had that fucking pop musician dancing around looking like an asshole. Was it Jason Destructoid or whatever his name was? I don't know who he is. Jason Destructoid exploding. I don't know. It's a waste of everyone's time when they have those celebrities. And by the way, The Rock is going to be at Summer Game Fest today. Oh, the stream is starting early. Did the audio start playing? No, it's quiet. No, it did. Is there? Let's test it. I think there's audio. No, nothing. It's silent. I'll keep this around my neck. Oh, what the hell? Boy, boy. What is that? Boy. Okay. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mute that for now. I'll mute that for now. I have it around my neck so I can hear. I have it on my screen right now. So if something does start playing, we go like another 10 minutes and then we'll switch over. All right. Skullomania X has tipped $10 to Guess Who's Back. Welcome back, Skullomania X. Thank you for the first tip of the day. I appreciate that. So again, guys, there's a lot more of you on stream now than there were earlier. So here's how this is going to work. When I'm doing my live react, I'm not going to be shouting out stuff unless I have a chance in between, you know, games or whatever. I will do my best to update the leaderboard when I get a chance. But the live react is just that. The focus is live reacting. It's not about this part. All right, there will still be pop-ups and stuff for your contributions, but I'm not going to be focusing on this. What I'm going to do is once the live react is over with and we're done, I'm going to go on a break, and then when I come back from said break, then we're going to do all of this. I'll do shout-outs, I'll answer questions, I'll update the leaderboard. If we hit reward tiers, I'll put on whatever it's appropriate. We'll do a poll for whatever needs to happen, okay? Excuse me. But I just want to make that abundantly clear up front. That's not the purpose of the stream's live react segment. The live react segment, I got to do a little more professional and focus on what I'm doing. Okay? Okay? 672, I already answered this. No, the stream is not going to end an hour early. If we have extra time, we'll probably do some Q&A or something, some follow-up. Matrix91 just did a super chat. It says, Phil, why do people cry when fighting but look cool in movies where they never tear up? What's up with that? Because movies are bullshit. You may not realize this, Matrix, but movies are the realm of fantasy. While fighting in real life is actually a very incredibly stressful thing. The body has natural reactions to being pumped with adrenaline, being stricken with pain that you can't avoid. You're right. If you get punched in the face, likely you're going to tear up and start crying. Snot will run down your nose, and there's nothing you can do about it. In movies, someone punches you, and all of a sudden you become this amazing, shining Adonis. You're like gleaming with strength and masculinity and virility, and you become like a Terminator. But that's not real life. It's not how it works. Okay. Any more questions, guys? I'm letting you guys ask a few more things before we jump over to the Games Fest in about 5-10 minutes. HoboX, I think the best webcam position will be in the middle of the side instead of the corner. Cropping the sides of the camera. I'm not gonna bother cropping the camera because it fucks with the setup. It does. It fucks with the setup. It screws things up, and then later on I can't get the camera to fix itself. So I'm not doing that. But if you have a better suggestion, like right now the camera's up here, I'll show you. Ignore this. See? If you think that the camera should be in the middle, I can do that. Only thing is that's going to block any text and shit. Like being up here is better because it's not blocking the text. You see? Like right now, I'm blocking 0 text on the screen. If I put it in the middle, I'm blocking text. You see? That's why I feel like this is the best position for it. And no, again, I'm not fucking with the camera. I did that and it fucked with the whole setup. It screwed everything up. The camera was the wrong aspect ratio after the fact and I had to mess with it. I'm not fucking with that. We're just leaving it. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Monk did a super chat and says, big ups, Phil and family. How you doing? We're doing good. Thank you for asking. Thank you for that. Parasolo did a super chat and says, hope the stream goes well. Have fun regardless. I'll do my best. I mean, my level of fun will directly be a result of what they present and if it's entertaining to me or not. You know, if it's a bunch of crap announcements, then likely I'm going to be bored and, sitting through this, I fall asleep. You know? So I guess we'll see. Hopefully it's good. I hope that it's a good presentation overall. Okay. Boy, there's some weird music they're playing right now. How long is the event? No one knows for sure, but they are saying that essentially it's about 2 hours long, give or take. It could be a little longer, a little shorter, depending on how the presentation goes. So I'll be live reacting for 2 hours, taking a break, coming back, doing shout-outs, updating the leaderboard, giving you any rewards, like if we hit Gunner Glasses goal, hat goal, or do that. Then we're going to do recap reactions, which is me going over the notes I'm going to take during the live event and summarizing everything and giving you my full thoughts on each thing as we go through it. Okay? That's the schedule. Guts suggests that I send a live tweet. All right, let's do it right now. So, here we go. FYI, my live reactions to the Summer Game Fest broadcast are about to start. Join us for the fun and let's hope for some great announcements and updates. Okay, let me post this up. Weird music. They're playing like seriously like elevator music. I guess it's innocent enough. It's not insulting or anything. It's fine. At least they're not playing that hippity hop music that really annoys me. Crotchety old man. They're playing that hippity bibbity hop. I hate it. Super Blind Man has tipped $10. Wow, thank you, Super Blind Man. He says, when I said whoever came up with the sonar and The Last of Us 2 is genius, thanks. That was actually me. I didn't just work on the features that other people came up with. That I literally created some of them, and I guess he actually was the one who created that one. That's, dude, seriously, and I mean this. Every game developer needs to use that from now on. They seriously need to, and everyone owes you a debt of gratitude because that's going to help people immensely moving forward. That's so awesome. And he says, also, thank you for bringing accessibility into the Last of Us remake conversation. Yeah, I think that's a huge opportunity. If you're going to be selling this game again, and you're going to be charging $70, you better have those features in there. Like, I mean, seriously, I mean this. People need to shame them if they don't have it. That's ridiculous if they're going to sell this game for $70 and they're not going to have those amazingly useful, awesome features. They need to be in that fucking game. Come on now. Thank you so much, Super Blind Man. Sonic Ryan 9 just tipped me $4.20. Said, what are your opinions on the footage of Sonic Frontiers? Do you think Sonic can work in an open world game? Yes, but it could also be botched. It could both work and be botched. So let's see what they do and how well they do. I hope for the best. Maybe we'll see some of that today, which would be great if we do. I really hope they do a good job because we need a good Sonic game. It's been too fucking long. Seriously. Monk did another super chat. He says, what do you think about Xbox Game Pass on Samsung TVs? I heard about this. So you guys may not have heard about this. Xbox is saying what they're planning on doing is making it so that in the future, there's going to be a new wave of Samsung televisions. And this Samsung television will have a Game Pass app installed. And if you're subscribed to Game Pass, you'll be able to play any game that's under Game Pass through your TV over the internet with no console. It's a console-less streaming feature, you know, like Google Stadia was. So apparently Xbox is going to try this. I don't know how well it's going to work. Google tried it and failed. Doesn't mean Microsoft will fail, but it also doesn't make me feel too positive for it. I guess it's a wait-and-see attitude, right? Okay. All right, guys, I think we should end this pre-stream so that I can actually jump over to the live feed and we can talk and chat there for a little bit. I'll probably start the actual live react with a little bit of intro. So I think what we will do is end this pre-stream. I want to say thank you guys very much for joining the pre-stream. I hope you enjoyed a bridged pre-stream today for sure. Special event going on. Thanks to those who were here early. I see more and more people are joining right now. So thank you for being here. Let's end the pre-stream and let's get to Summer Game Fest. Sound good? All right, let's do it.